welcome to my food forest. Well, it's not so much of a food forest this year. A lot of peaches though. Look at all those peaches. The coloring of the tree, not looking so good. And that is because I made a few changes because temperatures decided to really jump on us this summer. It went from 80 degrees to about 115 degrees for a couple weeks. And I think it just shocked everything. That coupled with me not watering enough. But after watering a lot, these Fahoya plants actually grew really, really well. This is the first year they've almost doubled in size. It's crazy. Didn't get any fruit on them this year, but that's okay. I'll get a lot next year. This peach tree right here had about 150 fruit on it, and it was spot on. It was so good. And then this is the O. Henry peach. It should be ripe by now, but it's not ripe. And the coloring is not looking so good on it. I mean, the peach itself is looking pretty good, but lots of green on the under part there. The leaves are not looking so hot. Look at that, all that orange. It's like it's going into dormancy already. And I'll show you the bad side. This is the good side of the tree. And down here, get my finger in some fig trees. I don't really like brown turkey figs or black mission figs very much. So I thought I would try some different varieties. See if I just don't like figs at all. But I'm willing to spend some money on it. Here's the bad side. Oh, looks so bad. Hot diggity. Okay, so obviously it's dying here, but I'm wondering if it's this branch and that branch. Those two branches are the ones that are really dying. Everything else is looking like it's holding on. And let's see if I can find, well, maybe you'll just have to take my word for it. Oh, there we go. New growth. See that? So that's a good sign. I was wondering if it was going to be a fungus, and it still could be Texas cotton fungus or cotton root fungus, whatever they call it nowadays. I guess it has a bunch of different names, but this tree is not looking good. And most of the fruit on this tree has died, more than half of it. There were hundreds and hundreds of them. The fruit just falls off, and I have death. It's not very good. But I do have planted right next to it. This is a green gage, and it also started dying back during the heat wave, just like everything else. So I was thinking, well, maybe it is a fungus that is growing. But this is almost all of it is all new growth. New growth. And I just planted it this last spring. New growth. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm assuming I'm just not watering enough, but then I have a tree over here, this nectarine. It looks beautiful. It's getting enough water, and it's just as big as the peach. It didn't have as much fruit on it, but it's just as big. So maybe the fruit, along with the heat stress, is what ended up killing it. This peach tree also did really good. It has a little bit of dieback every year, but I mean, look at this growth right here. I mean, that's just this year. It's like 3 feet of growth. And here is where my Babcock peach died. So sad. My Asian pear, doing excellent. I'm loving these things. They're really good to eat. I need to finish picking the rest of them and eating them. But the Asian pear is doing good, and it has new growth. It was also flowering, but I took most of the, oh, see, there it is, still flowering. I took most of the flowers off. It's too late in the season now. We're almost at September 1st. And here is my other plum. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's starting to soften a little bit, so a little bit of sunburn on that, but man, I tell you, this is some good stuff. So good. Anyways, so this plum tree has been having some issues. It has this very And I think this might be due to overwatering. It's not getting enough nutrition. I've tested the soil. The soil it's saturated with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So there's enough nutrition in it. Maybe I need to put some iron in the ground. I'm not sure. But lots of different options and problems and trying to resolve all the problems. We'll see if I get to it, but I probably won't. So hoping this will survive. Here's the apple tree. I get apples that fall on the ground, which is totally fine, but I just have a few. They don't even change color. They barely get this these little speckles on there, and by the time they're quote unquote ripe, they actually never get totally ripe, but they tend to taste really mealy. So I don't really like the apples that are grown here. This is a Fuji apple. I have grafted on here a smokehouse and a couple of other varieties, a Gala. Oh, I have to show you, this is very sad. I actually had fruit on this grafted variety right here. This was a graft. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. So here's my graft. Is a really, really good one. I can barely even tell where it was, but if I pull back the bark, and also down here, it looks like something got into the tree and ate it all around the edge of it. So this whole thing, this whole set is dead. So sad. This was my pink pearl. Yep. All right, there we go. See, totally dead. And yes, sign of borers. See those little holes in there? Sorry, there was a bug on the phone. Damn meat. So this whole thing, toast. But what I'm doing with this tree is, I know borers got to it a year ago. See, borers. I'm slowly cutting off the parts that borers got to, and I'm letting new growth start here so that I can graft different varieties onto it and try my hand at some different varieties of apples on this one tree, but go and burn that stick. Okay, and then this is one that I've wanted for a very long time. Haven't gotten any fruit on it. Just got it from Laguna Hills Nursery, and it was, or is, a Dapple Supreme. And this is a good sign. New growth. See the new growth there? So good. So I even planted it in the summer, and it's doing good. This is where I had 2 cherry trees, and I removed the 2 cherry trees, and I'm gonna try this one. The other pluot right there, totally dead from the heat. So as you come into the food orchard, it looks really good, but then as soon as you get in here, it kind of looks decimated. So that's my info on apples. Here's my 4-in-1 pluot, new growth. Good sign, but now it's taking all this energy to put in this new growth. Parts of it did die. I really am wondering if I just didn't water it enough, or I'm not sure. Some people said you can't overwater, but in the notes, and I don't know. I don't know if I totally agree with that. The reason being is because when I fill the soil and it feels really moist and wet, some of these trees were really having a hard time. But also it was really hot too. I follow Edge of Nowhere Farms, and he provides some really good info. They have lots of trees, and they only water 2 to 3 times a week, giving it a break every other day, so that the water can go down and provide moisture deeper in the ground. But I don't know. I've also seen other people, like in Phoenix, that are watering their trees every single day once it gets over 100 degrees. So I think I just need to figure out what I'm going to do and stick to my guns and try it out, because These apricots right here and this apricot, they were doing great until I started watering them basically every day. And then after I watered them every single day, all the leaves started turning down, and then they started to look burned like this after they were folded down, and they didn't look very good. So I changed my watering back to every other day, deeper every other day, and it has new growth on it. So the toka plum, that's also doing really good. The grapes are doing really good. All of the new fruit trees that I have up on the hill are doing really good with the watering. I had a mass exodus of death here with the pawpaws. That pawpaw's dead. This jujube that I planted in the spring, it started to die back. At the top, it was really growing great. And then it started to turn yellow and started falling over, but I was watering every single day. And after stopping that, I just changed it to watering once a day. Now I have new growth at the base, which I know is the rootstock. And then I also have growth that's coming out the middle, which is the correct variety. And I'm really excited to be able to have that. Here on these branches of the jujube, I have like 3 fruit left on it. I had about 40 fruit dangling from there, and a squirrel or a raccoon or something came in and decided to take the fruit. Freaking animals. They're animals. But can't wait to have some of these pomegranates. So dead on the plumcot. And here's the flavor queen. Remember, the flavor king died. I might get a replacement flavor king, but flavor queen is doing pretty good. And the persimmons are doing pretty good. But the persimmons, all of them did a restart. It looks like they were starting to die back. Here with the heat, they're curling up. And then I have all of this new growth from the trunk. So I'm assuming as they started to die back on the edges, the tree was like, oh no, I need to grow. So they started growing. But then I look over at this one, and sure enough, there's burnt edges right there. No bueno. So maybe I need to water more still. Just maybe more often for some of them. So my planned strategy is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do deep watering. Look. Can you see it? Look, green. OMG. So nice. I thought this pawpaw was toast. It still might be, but there's green there. That's good. And then these 2 pawpaws. Yeah, they do not look very good. They haven't really grown. They've just stayed the same size. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I just need to build a temporary greenhouse around these guys and give them a fighting chance the first couple of years. I'm not sure, but some of these persimmons are doing really good. Yep, there's the coffee cake persimmon. There's Fuji persimmon. It has new growth on it. This is just the rootstock. Look at this on the rootstock growth. That's crazy. This is also on the rootstock, and I don't know what that means. The leaves are too skinny, too thin, and they're just like getting burnt. I'm not sure what that means. But then here's a grafted variety that I put at the top of this, and it is going gangbuster. There's the graft, and all of that is grown up. So anyways, maybe I'm wrong about fruit trees and you can't overwater them when you're in over 100-degree temperatures, but this tree sure didn't like it. All right, I hope that this was a beneficial tour. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it'll help you figure out what you're doing with your orchard or tree. Maybe you should not do what I'm doing and plant a bunch of trees and try things out. That's the Raven persimmon, and it's doing really good. At least I think it's doing good. And then I look at the fruit, it's supposed to turn black, but it's going from a very dark green to an orange, and the outside of the persimmon is actually really firm, and then it is a gelatin on the inside. So I think it's ripening too soon. Maybe it's not getting enough water. Let's go up and look at it. All right. So if we look, it's like a brownish, and it's pretty firm. It's pretty solid. Look at that. But here's the other weird thing. Take a look at this. What? It is growing a second set of persimmons. That's really unusual for me. I've never seen a second growth or second fruiting. Here's some more. Look at that. More fruit. There's another one. Jeez Louise, it's like they're just on the end. So I'm wondering if it's like I'm not watering enough, and so it's stopping with the fruit. Really dark brown. Let's see if I can get that color. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but they're beautiful looking fruit. They're just not black yet. And I don't know if they go into this orange and then turn black later. Not sure. But I do know that I'm getting a second, look at this, second cluster of fruit. That's so crazy. More there and more there. Well, go persimmons. Love it. And this is my Eversweet pomegranate. It has some good, they're all very small, but they're supposed to be really good. And then here's my Parfianca. This one looks like it actually might be ready because it has flattening on the edges and stuff. This one's been on the tree for a very long time. It's probably ready. New growth on it. And then down here, hi Pawpaw. Not looking good. Coloring is not looking good. I'm watering this stuff so much. I don't know what's going on anymore. What's going on with my life? But most of the other trees are doing actually really, really good. So this next year, I'm hoping to get some more fruit on this guy. I never got to have any of the fruit. The rodents decided to eat it all. But it's a good fruit tree, Spice Z nectaplum. And where I had these muscadines die, I don't think I'm gonna push as hard to try to plant some muscadines. I only have a few that are still living. So I'm going to take where I planted the muscadines and place fig trees there this next spring. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not digging what the muscadines are laying down. Haven't had anything yet. I did learn some good things. Don't use a BlueX tube on the second year for stuff. This will grow up all the way to the vine here this year. And I left the BlueX tube. It started over from here all the way up to there. So also looks like something is coming and eating the muscadines, but. All right, goumi bushes. These produced a lot of fruit this year, and some of them are dying back right next to this huge, I mean, look at the size of that thing. That thing is like 4 feet tall, sagebrush. Or maybe this one is the goat heads. Ooh, if that's a goat head bush, I need to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. I've been letting these things shade the goumi bushes so that the goumis can survive. Looks like a lot of dieback on the edges, and then it has gone back down into the center of the goumi, which is totally fine. Here we have some new growth on the goumi. Yay. And then muscadine, the hall muscadine's not doing so hot. But these two other muscadines are actually doing pretty good. And they're still growing. So hopefully this next year, this will be big enough that I'll be able to get some fruit from it, along with this one over there. Nice. We got a couple more. All right. Anyways, that's done with the tour. Summary. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with watering and stick to my guns on it. So what I think I will do in the future is I will set it and do it 3 times a week, deep watering, and then when it gets over 100 degrees, go back out and hand water the ones that are starting to look like they're crisping up, because not all of them need the same amount of water. They have different root systems, they uptake water differently, and if I'm diligent, then I can give the tree the water that it needs. So, but I will be behind on it, so we'll see what actually happens. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching the video. Party on, people.